this week upcoming, we have earnings coming out. In particular, on Tuesday, Best Buy. Now, Best Buy is known for selling flat screens and all the gadgets that everybody wants to own. The iPad is probably there. And let's see what Best Buy looks like. Now, Best Buy doesn't have a half bad looking chart, but you can see that it peaked in April with the market and looks like the market. All right, so if because it looks like the market, the overall S&P, for instance, the overall stock market, we have to watch this carefully because the end of last week it performed just like the market too. Will earnings, which come out on Tuesday before the opening, will earnings in Best Buy extend this to the upside? Will they have results that suggest that the economy has improved, like a lot of the data, non-employment data have recently, and do people have more disposable income with which to buy their new flat screens and HD flat screens and all sorts of things? Well, right now, Best Buy to me looks like there's a pretty good chance that it will extend these gains. Now let me expand this, and you can see that Best Buy, as of Friday, was pretty much bumping up against its nearest term trend line, maybe closed above it at the 41 and a quarter, 41 even level. Earnings on Tuesday, the next spot would be to take it to 43 to 44. Now, because Best Buy looks so similar to the overall stock market, actually a little better than the overall stock market, because here was the February low, and some of the larger indices actually came down and tested and marginally broke the February low, but not Best Buy. So Best Buy is outperforming the S&P. Let's see if it continues to do so. Will it be able to extend these gains and take it up to 43, 44, and really even 45? If it can get over 45, then Best Buy will be outperforming, but since it looks like it's ahead of the S&P, maybe it's an indication that the S&P too will follow. It won't be because, in my estimation, because the housing sector or the home builders are improving. Now, the TLTs, under those circumstances, you would expect them to come down because this implies that the economy is actually getting stronger. So let's look at Best Buy, number one, to see how the market, its investors react to earnings. And number two, as a reflection of the overall stock market, especially the retailers. Okay? All right. So now that we've done Best Buy, on Wednesday, before the market opens, you get Federal Express. Now, FedEx is a whole different ballgame. FedEx also is an economic litmus test, isn't it? Now, this is a very different chart. The daily pattern, the condensed daily pattern in FDX going back to March of 09, because this is a pretty toppy pattern. It fully tested its February lows last week. Remember, Best Buy basically was up here and definitely outperformed on the way down. Not so for FedEx. Now, FedEx, those earnings on Wednesday will be very important also, because if FedEx, now here's the 200-day, here's the 20-day, there's the 50-day. All the key resistance is right in here between 81 and say 50 and 84. And if FedEx has results that can't propel prices above 84, even 85, then, and it pulls back again to retest this February lows, that's a pretty dangerous situation. Now, I don't know about you, but FedEx to me is more of an indication of what the economy is doing or where it's going than Best Buy, because for whatever reason, the FedEx is a cumulative view of the economy and all sorts of transactions and the level of those transactions and the depth of those transactions. Whereas Best Buy, I think, is more, when a gadget comes out, you have to have it, you want to go to Best Buy. And the iPhone and the iPad and some new phones, the Google phone, there are reasons to go to Best Buy, because certain people need the gadgets. But for me, FedEx is a better indication of the economy. Anyway, so that's Tuesday for Best Buy. We'll get an indication of that, the retail sector, consumer sector, and then FedEx on Friday, on Wednesday morning before the open. We'll get a sort of a transactional view of the economy, and we're going to have to see what happens here. But right now you have two very different pictures, and this picture in particular, if this doesn't improve and FedEx doesn't take off here and try to get above 84, 85, then the TLTs are going to go, they're going to do the opposite. They're going to go up. They're going to go up in reflection of FedEx going or stalling or going down. All right? So let's